So when should we stop eating? Well, the initial question is, when should we start eating? I used to teach people that they should start eating when they were hungry. Unfortunately, this can be confusing for some people. It might be, oh, it's 12 o'clock, I should eat. And so they would think it was time to eat. Or they would think, I kind of feel hungry. Maybe they're actually thirsty, but they confused hunger and thirst. Or maybe they just thought, I think I'm hungry, but I'm not really sure. They weren't really tuned into what hunger was. So it makes it easier to just plan your 2 feedings, or 3 for those of you that are doing 3 feedings, and then eat at the feeding time. So that's when you should start eating. It's 12 o'clock or it's 6 o'clock if those are your feeding times, or it's 11 o'clock and it's 5:30 if those are your feeding times. So when do you stop eating? Well, when do you currently stop eating? Do you stop eating when you're satisfied, or do you wait till you're full? Or do you eat until you're uncomfortable, or are you eating until the plate is completely clean? Maybe you remember the Clean Plate Club. So that's what we want to talk about in this short video. One of the tricks you can use is to use a smaller plate. So you could use a salad plate instead of using a big dinner plate, or some of these plates are like almost serving plates. When you use a salad plate, it will appear like you're getting more volume of food. It will look larger. So your brain will think, I'm really getting a large volume of food, and will be satisfied with actually less volume. So that's one little trick. So the 2 ways to know when you should stop eating, number 1 is listen for your sigh. Since your stomach is about the size of your fist at rest, 3 fists in volume should help you feel satisfied. If you're eating a lot of green leafy lettuce or a lot of vegetables, probably 4 fists or 2 good mug sizes would be enough volume to be satisfied. When your stomach has reached its capacity, the volume is full, it pushes up on your diaphragm and you will hear an audible sigh. For some people, it'll sound like a large exhale, like a others, it will just be a hmm. It might be very subtle. So you need to listen for it, or you can listen for other people's sighs, but don't tell them when you hear it, because you might say, oh, I heard your sigh, you should stop eating, and then that like causes disruption. So don't do that. So listen for your sigh. It is easier to hear other people's sighs than your own, but all of us do it. So when you've reached the point of satisfied, you'll hear ah, 1 or 2 more bites and you should be done. The second thing is, if you are a member of the Clean Plate Club, I want you to quit. Like, give that membership up right now. You might hear your mom's voice, your grandma's voice, people from your past saying, eat please, children are hungry, there are starving children in Africa or wherever. And so we have a fear that something bad's going to happen if we don't clean our plates. I am here to tell you, you have permission not to clean your plate. Nothing bad is going to happen. One of the easiest ways to do this is to leave something physically on your plate. So maybe you're eating your meal and you say, well, I'm just going to leave 2 or 3 bites of mashed potatoes or a couple scoops of whatever it is. Leave something on your plate. As you do this, maybe even push the plate back from you just a bit and notice what bubbles up. What emotion are you starting to feel? Is it fear? Is it someone's going to be mad at me? Where do you feel it? Is it in your chest? Is it in your throat? Is it in your stomach? You will feel it somewhere in your body if you've been trained and programmed to clean your plate. And as a member of the Clean Plate Club, we have to clean our plate. So I want you to ask yourself, actually imagine right now, you have a plate of food, you're eating, you hit the point, you hear your sigh, you're satisfied. There's still 7 bites of food on your plate. Maybe you take 1 or 2 more and you're done. So 5 bites of food you're leaving on your plate. Imagine pushing it back. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? Whose voice are you hearing? Where is it? Is it over here and it's your mother's voice? Is it back here you hear grandma's voice? Where is it? Do you have that guilt? Are you feeling it somewhere in your body? One of the easy things you can do, as I'm going to say frequently, is tap on it. So you could, if you wanted to, if you were by yourself, you could just do, even though there's food left on my plate and I'm going to leave it, I love and accept myself. Even though I think I should clean my plate, but I'm not going to, I love and accept myself. Even though there is food, and it's perfectly good food, I could eat it. It's only a few bites. I'm not going to. I love and accept myself. I'm going to leave a few bites of food on my plate. It's driving me crazy. What if children are starving? I should eat it. What if I get hungry later? Oh my gosh, it's 17 hours until I'm going to eat again. That's a really long time. I better eat it. Who's going to know if I just finish eating that food? That's not a big deal. I'm just going to eat the last couple of bites. I really don't need the last couple of bites. I did hear my sigh. I do think I'm satisfied. If I do get hungry between meals, well, I'm just tapping into stored body fat. I'm going to just try it this time and see how it goes. I'm not going to eat the few bites on my plate. I'm going to see how it goes for this meal. Take a deep breath. Even though we're doing a visualization, you can actually do this with the food in front of you. So this is just a practice. Tune in how you're feeling. If you're feeling a 9 or a 10 for heightened anxiety, after you do a tapping, just even 1 or 2 sessions, 2 rounds, ask yourself, how are you feeling? Are you feeling at a 3 or 4? Maybe do a couple more tapping rounds. If you're with people and you don't want them to see your tapping, maybe you can just do the alternate. And I know I'm just showing you here on your shoulders, but you could just do this easily on your knees. No one will even know you're doing it. Leave the food on your plate. Maybe you're at a restaurant and you're just tapping back and forth. Or you could do the alternate tapping and just tap on your fingers. Just tap your fingertips. Breathe a little bit, tap your fingertips. Remind yourself, I'm not dying. There are no children starving because I'm not eating these last 2 bites. And at a restaurant, you can take the food home. So hopefully this gives you a couple ideas of when to stop eating. We know when to start eating, when it's feeding time, and we know when to stop eating. When we hear our sigh, or if we remember the Clean Plate Club, we're going to leave food on our plate. If something bubbles up with anxiety, we can tap on it, either quietly with no one noticing, or we can actually do it out loud. So good luck with that, and let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.